Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Ninja Turtles channel. I'm very happy to be joined by Jason and Anna from the Turtle Recall podcast, a husband and wife team, a husband and wife duo. They review episodes of the 1987 show. Nice husband and wife moment there. And also here to promote the Moving Lakposht Studio YouTube channel. Do a bunch of cool stuff on the channel, unboxing reviews, a lot of cool Ninja Turtles stuff. And Turtle Recall was actually on my list of best Ninja Turtles podcasts. And Moving Lakpo Studio was on my list of best Ninja Turtles YouTube channels, so definitely a big fan, and I'm very proud to welcome Jason and Anna. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Welcome. Like, oh, yeah, he's welcoming us. What am I?
Okay.
Thank you for having us. We're totally honored.
You
Thank you
welcomed
so
me into that
much.
nice husband and wife moment, and how long have you two been married?
Oh, we
9 years.
9 years. Next year will be our 10th anniversary.
Cool. And Jason, I know you're Iranian.
Yes, so is Anna. Anna's fresh off the boat, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Didn't know how that came. Did you two meet in America, or how did?
Oh, so it's actually funny. So I went to a wedding in California, and like in that wedding, like they're like, "Oh, hey, there's an Iranian girl. You're Iranian. You guys should hook up." And we talked to each other. We actually weren't interested in each other, but that was Anna's sister, and she actually introduced us, and we started talking to each other. We first talked online, and then I went to Iran. I met her, and then once we met, we're like, let's go ahead and bring you over to America and get you married and all that fun stuff.
Very nice. An Iranian love story. Very
That's
nice.
right. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say welcome again, and I wanted to I guess I'll just start off asking Jason, how'd you get into the Turtles? I think you're the Turtle super fan out of the two of you.
I am the Turtle super fan, 100%. Yes. Oh, so when I was a kid, I that was when Ninja Turtles was like popular. Like, I was in that age group for Ninja Turtles. I know I've told this story like multiple times, but like the third episode came on, the one with the first episode with Krang, and I remember I only caught the last 5 minutes of it. It was Michelangelo having his interaction with Krang. I thought like Krang was a good guy because of just that 5 minutes I saw. And I just remember I ran to my brother because I think like Thundercats was like interrupted during that week or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, we got to check out this show. It's amazing. There's this giant talking turtle, and he was just like, and this wad of bubble gum was helping him out. And it is just amazing. And so from there, we watched like the rest of that 1 week premiere, and my brother and I were hooked. We got all the action figures, kept up the show, and just always kept going. And then I became more of a super fan back when I was in college when the 2003 series came out, and that's when I discovered comics because the that show was so different from the original show, and I was like, why is it so dark and edgy? And then I found out that like uh the comics didn't even have like pizza or any of that kind of stuff, and I was like, whoa. And so that's like when I got like really hardcore into like I want to know everything about the Ninja Turtles.
Nice. And the rest is history, of course. And Anna,
Exactly.
how did you get into the Turtles? Did you just marry into it? You weren't into it as a kid, right?
I just married into it. No, actually, I remember it was the first VHS that my dad bought, and I liked it. I thought that it was very interesting that they like pizza. That part was very like funny and cute for me. But I wasn't like big into it. I just liked it, and in general, like I liked animation. I liked like cartoon, and in the like college, I went study animation, and then when we start talking to each other, and then I saw that how geeky he is, and he loves Ninja Turtles, but I didn't know how bad it is until I came here and he opened the door to his room, to his collection room, and I was like, oh my God. And then from there, he introduced me to more stuff. We start watching, and then now I have so much memory with it.
Very nice. So you knew he was a fan, but you didn't know he was a super fan.
Yes, yes. I didn't know super fan exists until like
So let me tell you the proudest moment I had with Anna, and it was a week before our wedding. That was when the first like Platinum Dunes movie, also known as the Michael Bay movie, came out. And like we went to go see it with my sister-in-law, and like my sister-in-law has no idea what Ninja Turtles are, and like all of a sudden like Anna's like describing like the Ninja Turtles, and to her she's like, and she doesn't say like, oh, Mikey's the one with the orange headband and the nunchuck. She's like, no, Mikey's the childlike one, while like Leo was like that strong leader type. I mean, she actually had like their personalities down, and that's when I was like, this is the person I'm going to marry next week.
Oh, she better be a Ninja Turtles fan as well.
Yeah.
And does it ever make you sad, Anna? Does your husband have more toys than your kids? Is that a sad moment or is that a fun moment?
No, it's not a sad moment, but he's changing my sons to mini version of him.
Oh, they are. Oh my God, they are collectors.
They're also collectors. So I'm just telling him like get as much as you want, but when this house is full, we have to get another house.
Well, I have to warn you, if you have 2 more kids, he's going to ask you to change their names to match the Ninja Turtles, and you're going to have to shut him down. But why did you guys decide to start the podcast, the Turtle Recall podcast? What made you start that?
Okay, so that was actually pretty. So for a long time, I've actually wanted to do a podcast, and I just didn't know what to do and that kind of stuff. And then we had one night where like we did this like Facebook Live Ninja Turtle watch along thing. Do you remember that, honey?
Yeah, it was a
pajama party. There you go, Ninja Turtle pajama party. And we just watched like my top 3 favorite episodes. We watched it. We did a Facebook Live. People like joined us, and they were watching the episodes like with us. And then like afterwards, I was like, hey, because she started getting into the show. She was like, whoa, what? Like, I kind of want to watch this show now. And she was like, let's start from the beginning. I was like, okay. And then she was like, how? And like, I was like, how about we make it into like a podcast, a rewatch podcast where we watch it. This is your first time watching it. This is like my 1000th time watching it. And, we get the, like, as a new viewer and an animator mindset. And then me as like, who's seen this like way too many times and know everything that goes on with it. And so that's like what inspired us with it. And also like, if we didn't do it, she probably would have like stopped watching after like 3 episodes.
Nice. Yeah, he's talking to you about the Ninja Turtles. You might as well record it and sell it as a podcast.
Right.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know you were an animator. That's very nice. Do either of you have like audio production skills or like video production skills because of the podcast and the YouTube channel? Did either of you have experience with that?
I don't, but she totally does. She's all behind the scenes. I'm just a pretty face on the.
Oh, very nice.
I'm actually not so good with the audio, if I want to be honest. We actually have a friend that is a sound designer, and we usually get advice from him. But I'm more with like editing, animating, like this kind of, and graphic. I'm more into this kind of stuff.
Very cool. Very interesting. Well, I guess I wanted to just go through a bunch of Ninja Turtles items that have been in the news recently and Ninja Turtles projects that have come out recently, and I wanted to get your opinions about all this stuff. I wanted to ask you about The Last Ronin, Jason, on Anna. Did you like The Last Ronin comic miniseries? Did you read that?
So I'll let you answer as much as you can about it, because I know you never read it and it's something you don't want to read.
So I never read it. Like, I have this thing that now that I know Ninja Turtles, it's kind of like hard for me because I just heard like it's the end of for them. And what is the one that we watched that it was like end of the world one?
Oh, the final episode of the 2012 series. That was a hard one for you to watch too.
Yeah.
Like where like the mutant Mad Max, basically it was the end of the world. If you haven't seen the last of the
the Carmageddon and Mutant Apocalypse.
Mutant Apocalypse. There you go. That because she loved like the designs, but she hated the story. She was like, no, I don't want this to be the end for them.
Yeah, it was very hard for me to watch. Then when people start talking about the Last Ronin, as much as like I like that Kevin Eastman and the teams are they are like open to continue the story and like do this, but my personality doesn't let me to go like read it. So I never read it, and so I don't have any opinion about it.
Little too dark for you. You prefer the
Yeah.
1987 show. You prefer the lighter Ninja Turtles, the comedy.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's what you guys review on your podcast. You go through
Right.
episode by episode and you break
Right.
down all the little details and stuff. But Jason, you liked The Last Ronin?
I actually really like The Last Ronin. I thought it was a great like bookend for like the series, and like I know this was like it was something that like Kevin Pierre like they came up with like years ago, and it finally like came into fruition. I mean, I've said this like constantly. The ending, I saw it coming like miles away, like probably like before even the first issue came out, but it didn't hinder it. I was still like engrossed in it. I really enjoyed it. I know they made a sequel one to the Lost Years. I haven't actually started that one yet. I'm going to start it like that one. I'm not that excited for, only just because I felt like Last Run like, okay, let's just end it here. But obviously, like when you get something that's successful, you got to keep going with it.
Yeah, I thought it was a little weird. It ended on a to be continued instead of just the end. I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah, to be honest, like I was okay with the epilogue, but I was like, I know this epilogue's going to continue to something else. But like, because for me, like epilogues where they have like the whole like, oh, there's still more to the story. I'm okay with that. I don't see it as a, oh, there's still more to come. I see it as a, like stories don't end. But obviously, like this one, it didn't end. There's actually a sequel that corresponds with it. But
Nice.
I actually I really thought this was a great like bookend for like the original Mirage run. Even though it was like weird, I found it weird like the turtles actually had their headband colors, and because like I was associated with like the Mirage, and then I was like all of a sudden like you know there's like blue, purple, orange. I'm like, wait a minute, something doesn't line up here in my head.
Something's different here.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask quickly about the Cowabunga collection. Have you played Cowabunga collection?
Oh man, I was like totally excited for that. That was so I grew up with all those games, and like I beaten the first game like once when I was 8 years old, and I've always like wanted to be like, oh, I need to go play this game again. I had it on the Wii, then I transferred it to the Wii U, and like now it's on the Switch, and so I love the Cowabunga collection. I love that they keep updating it. The latest updates, they just put the third game online. It just because like what they could have just like put the arcade game and like some of the other ones, but the fact that like they put in all three fighting games, and they put the Game Boy games in there, which I never played the other two Game Boy games. The only thing now I'm just like still crossing my fingers for I want to it's Ninja Time collection, where it's the 2003 games all together.
That's probably the next Cowabunga collection. Cowabunga
Yeah.
collection part 2.
Yeah.
Wanted to do like a quick rapid fire. Mutant Mayhem, the leaked storyboards that came out a while back. Did you look at the leaked storyboards?
No.
You did
No.
not.
We refuse to look at because one, we're not supposed to look at it because it wasn't meant to be looked at. Two, we don't want to get anything potentially spoiled, and three, we don't want false hype, because more than likely, because I remember back in 2014 there was the leaked script, and that was completely false. So
Very disciplined, very honorable. Not sharing that, sharing those on your Twitter or anything. Good job.
No. We shared one thing, just one thing, and we got in Paramount's bad side, and that was like the no, I can't actually mention now because the pedo snack. Because
okay.
I, like for a while I couldn't share what it was. I couldn't say what it was, but now we can. But yeah, the pedos snack, I shared that because we got the image from the official like I forget what the actual snack brand is called now. We got it from like their press release, and then Viacom came in and said nope. And they gave us the option to take it off or they take legal actions. I was like, I'm gonna take it off. So
easy choice.
Yeah, exactly. But Paramount and Viacom are well aware of Turtle Recall right now.
Oh, you're on their radar, for better or worse.
We are on their radar, yes.
I wanted to ask about Splintered Fate real fast. Did you get a chance to play Splintered Fate?
So Splintered Fate, I don't own an Apple device. She owns the Apple device, but she does our son does not let her usually go with
It's a
game.
It's a game
It-
of the Splinter.
Yeah. It's a game.
How come we don't know about this?
Well, because you don't follow our news section. Which anyone who's watching this, by the way, we do the news right after my Ninja Turtle channel does the news. So they do it Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We do it Tuesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I've seen the gameplay of it, and like if you listen to our last news podcast, you'll have Mike and I, we go in a big debate. Mike is our third like Ninja Turtles Turtle Recall co-host. He just does the news for us. But we go in a debate because I think this is the AAA game that was teased to us last year, and he doesn't. And like, I want to clarify, I don't think this is a AAA game, but the developers call themselves a AAA developer.
A little bit of confusion around Splintered Fate. A lot of video games coming out. Hopefully we get 2 more AAA video games. Who knows? If this doesn't count, maybe we
Who
get the
knows?
last one.
I mean, we have the
another.
last running. We have the last running game that's coming out, which I know you know because you shared that news. But I don't think there's another game coming this year. That's my personal opinion. I mean, but yeah, because we knew that this game, we knew that a game from Tom Waltz was coming because Mike actually got that from the man himself. But he, like, you know, he's still in the belief there's another game coming. I'm in the belief that there's not. Because I believe this is the one that him and Tom were talking about.
Yeah, we will see, I guess. How do you feel
Yeah.
about the addition of all the female turtles in the comic books? Jenica, Venus de Milo, Lita. Are you reading the IDW comic books?
Yeah, I'm pretty caught up there. I'm not like I think I'm like 4 or 5 issues behind. What do you think about the female turtles, honey?
I have a T-shirt of it.
You do. She does. She has a Venus t-shirt. Um,
So you like that there's some girl turtles added to the comic book instead of just the 4 guys, the 4 brothers?
Hate it, but I think it kind of like forced into it. Because I feel like everybody that knows Ninja Turtles, they knows them like as 4 turtles, and I feel like they're kind of like forcing that girl thing into it, and I don't like that part. But I don't mind like seeing. I don't have like a very bad reaction, like, oh no, I shouldn't be like that. But I'm like,
I personally, I'm just waiting for the first media, whether it be the Mutant Mayhem either sequel or a new Ninja Turtles show that actually introduces like Jenica like to like the roster, like whether she's a main character or not, but just be like, oh hey, here's Jenica, and then like everyone goes wild, and because that'll be a introduction for a lot of people who Jenica is, because not enough people pay attention to comics, but once a person comes up in a TV show or a movie, then like that's like when the eyes start coming in there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Introduce her to a more mainstream audience, a bigger audience. I guess I
Yeah.
kind of, I agree with you on. I feel a little bit of the same. I don't mind that there are female turtles, but it feels a little heavy-handed. Sometimes it feels a little unnatural that they do feel a little forced in there, but it's not like I'm against them or anything, but it just, sometimes it's a little too much. There's a little too much focus on them.
yeah.
But speaking of changes, April O'Neil was black in the Rise of the TMNT show. Any opinion on that?
I actually like it. I like that changes. I feel like even though it was so different from the original one, but for me that was a good change. I like to see the different version of April, because I think for April the personality is important in the is not how she looked like, and it's interesting that we can see her in different like in different forms, like in different like version of different women, and everyone like different women they can relate themselves. For me it was very interesting that I shouldn't be like blonde and tall and like very that I be April. I can be myself, and like imagine myself as April.
Were you upset that they didn't do an Iranian April O'Neil before a black April O'Neil?
No, because I made that version myself.
That's
you.
right. You did make an Iranian version of April O'Neil.
Yes, for the first Halloween I was trying to be the April O'Neil from the 2012 series.
Oh my gosh, so funny. So funny thing was, so she was April from the 2012 series because she loved that design. I was Michelangelo for Halloween. All the kids were coming to our house and like they knew exactly who I was, but they had no idea who Anna was. And then there was this one kid who like saw her and he was like, "Oh my god, your costume is amazing." I mean, he was just gushing over her April costume, and he finally looked at me and was like, "Oh yeah, you look good too."
Nice.
I laughed so hard. And like, I swear that kid probably got more candy than any other kid. Anna was like, "Hold on here."
And your costume was so much more professional.
Yeah. Well, like also mine's like more recognizable because it's like, you know, yours was just a t-shirt with a 3. Like
I noticed you have a whole bunch of Ninja Turtle stuff behind you. Big collector, big fan of the Ninja Turtles. It seems like you're a big fan of pretty much all forms of Ninja Turtle media. I was wondering, what don't you like about the Ninja Turtles? Are there any versions or things about the Ninja Turtles that turn you off that you're not a fan of?
okay, I can tell you my least favorite is actually what's that series? Next Mutation. And the reason I don't like Next Mutation, first, I'm the person to blame for Next Mutation because I was the one who wanted a Ninja Turtle Power Rangers crossover, and they finally gave it to me. No one knows that except me. But no, the reason why I don't like Next Mutation was because Leo has this line at the beginning. I think it's like the first or second episode where he tells Venus, "Oh, we're not brothers." And like the big thing with me with Ninja Turtles that interests me the most was their brotherhood. And I know they put that line in that show just so they could have a future romantic relationship possibility with a turtle and Venus. That never happened, but like just that line bothers me the most, and that's why that's my least favorite one.
Yeah, I don't like the romance angle in any Ninja Turtles media, really. I feel like they already do sci-fi and they do adventure and all sorts of other genres, and squeezing the romance stuff in it's a little much for me.
Yeah.
Anna, do you have any opinions about Master Splinter?
I have so much opinion about Master Splinter. It's funny because with Splinter I have a funny relationship. I really like it.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get the action figure for you.
I've heard you speak about Master Splinter before on the podcast. Are you a big fan or are you not a big fan?
No, I'm a fan of Splinter, but I think that the design on the cartoon is actually like very funny, and sometimes it turned creepy. I just like to make fun of it, but I like it. If I want to confess, I like a Splinter. But I just like to make fun of it.
All right. You hear that, guys? She likes him. Stop sending us the hate mail.
Yeah, no more Master Splinter related hate mail. So on your podcast, you go over the 1987 cartoon series episode by episode, and you kind of break down a summary of the show, and then you talk about the things you like and didn't like. And episodes are about an hour and a half long, give or take. And for the past little bit.
Show.
Yeah, a lot of build up to a 20-minute summary. No, I'm just kidding around. The new thing you've been adding recently is the news segment you mentioned earlier with Mike from Ninja Turtle Power Hour. And podcast episodes are like 2 hours in length, give or take. Is that about right?
Yeah, about that long, yeah.
How do you decide how to break down a show? Do you just kind of do a stream of consciousness? Do you have like a formula to come up with your critiques for each episode?
So we'll sit down and watch the show. And she has a notepad. I have a note card. We make fun of like how like she has like pages and pages of notes, and I have like just a small little thing. But like so we'll both write notes as we're watching it, and then we'll sit in the room and just talk about it. And like, you know, so like when we do the breakdown, like, you know, she has a timeline, I have a timeline. Sometimes we skip over some of our timelines. Whenever I skip over hers, she will like call me out on it. But yeah, that's how we kind go at it. And then I mean, part of the reason why it gets like our discussions get like very long, because like we'll be like talking about something, and then like we'll go into like just like especially like her, she'll go into like the details of like, oh, this is how they this is how they would animate this, oh this and then like I'll like it's like, oh, like the mindset during back then like was this or that, or sometimes I have to explain to her what double mint and gum is, and like some of like these 90s 80s stuff that she never heard of before.
Nice. You guys have a really great dynamic. The husband and wife thing is great. And of course, the super fan with the newer fan dynamic is great. So it's really interesting to listen to. You get two different perspectives about the same thing, and both of you pick up on different aspects of the show, and you like and dislike different things, and it's really neat to listen to. So I wanted to pass along some kudos and compliments. You guys do a fun, high energy show. You're both enthusiastic and really great to listen to.
Oh, thank you. It makes us happy.
Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure. It was a pleasure to include you on the Best Ninja Turtles podcast video and the Best Ninja Turtles YouTube channels. I was happy to share that with everyone. I like sharing other Ninja Turtles podcasts with any Ninja Turtles fans out there. Do you have any other Ninja Turtles podcasts you're a fan of?
Of course, like Ninja Turtle Power Hour, like Mike and Spencer, and them, they do a great job on that one. I really like them. TMNT Nerds, like they like we call that like our unofficial sister show, just because we do the cartoon while they do the comics, and like we both have the same format. We started at the same time, so once we discovered each other, we're like, we got to be friends. So like me and like Kevin and I, we talk a good amount. I'm trying to think of other ones. I know you're too busy to actually listen to podcasts.
She's too busy being a mother, living a real life while you're playing with all your toys in the background. She's living a real adult life.
Playing with all my toys in the background, trying to find my Master Splinter to show it to her so she can be like, oh yeah, this is the character I love. Keep calling him creepy with his creepy eyes.
He's got a unique personality in the 87 show, of course. Once you finish the 1987 show, will you move on to other shows, or is this going to be a one and done kind of thing? I know there's 193 episodes, so you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah. We got about like 80 left. Like we're still in that like, oh, we had a new child, and like we're kind of like slowing down on stuff. We're like, oh man, like the podcast used to be like once a week. Now it's like oh man, it's been 3 weeks. We still haven't done a new episode yet. We haven't really discussed of going to the future. If people want us to do like other shows, like we are totally open to it. I've told her like once we get to the end, I at least want like I don't know, maybe a year off or something like that. So okay, maybe not that long.
It's quite a feat. There's been a bunch of podcasts and Ninja Turtles YouTube channels that have started reviewing the 1987 series and haven't made it to the end. So if you make it all the way to the end, you might deserve a little break.
Well, we're making it to that. No matter what, we're making it to that. Like, no, because I've seen the other ones, and I've seen like they just kind of like, and then like I know Ninja Turtle Power, they've lapped us, but they do like three or four episodes at a time, and I know they're like ready to move on after that from that show. That and they told me they're like, oh yeah, we're trying to just hurry this up so we can like go like not do the show anymore, because like they're ready to do like the 2003 show. I know that.
So
Yeah, you guys do a great. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm saying for me, as much as it's hard to squeeze it into our busy life, but I feel like we are making some kind of like memories with like new friends with each other. We are like seeing a new part of each other that like normally we won't see that geeky version, and I really like that part. So I think if it ends, I'll miss that part so much. So I'm sure we will come up with an idea and continue.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Well, like it was, if you remember when you were in maternity leave, it was your idea that I do the guest house. Yeah, because like I had like a month and a half of like just different people coming in and just talking about different Ninja Turtle stuff. Just because she was like, oh, I don't want this to take a break. I was like, okay, and so that was actually her idea.
Nice. Well, yeah, I remember when the child was being born a few months ago. I spoke about it on the Ninja Turtle show on our weekly Turtle Tuesday live stream, and you were in our thoughts, and you were, anybody that was praying, they were praying for you. So we wanted to wish your family well.
so sweet.
That is like totally sweet of you guys. Yeah. Oh, just to let you, everyone know, like, if you guys don't know, our child was born healthy and he is like great. He's 6 months old now.
Yeah.
So like time has really passed by real fast, and like yeah, and big brother loves his little brother.
And you're halfway to having 4 Ninja Turtles of your
Halfway to
own.
having 4. Just 2 more boys to go. Look. I was already talking about it. First child Leonard, second child Michael. Like, we have a daughter Donna. We can make this happen. I mean, no.
It's all there. If Jason suddenly became interested in My Little Pony, would you have to divorce him?
So funny thing.
I love My Little Pony.
Yeah, she loves My Little Pony. That's like one of her favorite shows. Funny thing is that like I'm a big Power Ranger fan. She does not like Power Rangers at all. That was like one she was like, nope, not doing that. But she actually has one My Little Pony toy, and it's a My Little Pony Power Ranger crossover, because it's both done by Hasbro now. And so it's the Pink Ranger as a pony.
Total mashup. Ultimate
Yeah.
mashup. Well, I guess that's about it. I want to tell everyone to subscribe to the Turtle Recall podcast. Everyone subscribe to the Moving Lakposht Studio YouTube channel. Anything else you guys would like to promote? Anywhere else we could send people?
I'll follow us on Twitter at Turtle Recall Pod, or at Moving Lakposht. Moving Lakposht is all her. Turtle Recall Pod is all me. I also have my own personal Twitter, but I kind of abandoned it now.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, honey?
We have a Facebook group which is for the toy collecting, but it's general toy collecting.
Yeah. We also have a general toy collecting group. If anyone wants to join that and like post their fun little action figures, we love like when people post like just their action figures, all like post that and everything.
Very nice. Well, I wanted to tell everyone again, subscribe to the Turtle Recall podcast. They've got a high energy show, a lot of enthusiasm. I listened to their podcast before I started my YouTube channel. I was a fan then, and I'm a fan now. So I wanted to thank you guys again. Thanks again for joining me. It was a pleasure. And I'm going to stop the recording and we could say goodbye real fast.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much. This was really fun. And like, thank you for all the kind words.
Yes.
My pleasure. Thank you again for coming on the show. I appreciate it, guys.